What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Jackson and Eduardo Show. Hope you guys like our coats. It's been a little freezing
They
lately,
are
so we
freezing us
decided to
out,
pop them
guys.
out. Yeah,
We
they're doing a little something in the air these days, but we didn't get frozen over here in New Orleans, so we just had
yes,
some cold ass weather.
very
But
like
we decided
cold,
to
cold,
chic it
cold.
up today for the episode. So I hope you guys like it and are staying warm wherever you are. Get yourself some hot chocolate and
Yes,
enjoy the
some type of
show.
snack. Put it on while you're cleaning. But today's podcast is gonna be just a conversation on why we're leaving the city. We are literally leaving.
Yeah, we're currently in the plans of like figuring that all out of how we're going to be moving out, like what that's going to look like for us and stuff like that.
Where we're
So
moving to, it's
yeah,
a
we're kind of,
lot.
it's a lot, but we're excited and figuring that all out. But we just wanted to talk to you guys about why we're doing what we're doing, our experience along the way, how we got to where we're at, and basically that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah, we're just gonna have a good, fun conversation today and be real with you guys and just
let you
be
know.
honest and share
Yeah,
our own experience and why we're doing what we're doing.
and just for our experience, we have been living in a city independently for 4 years. I would say a little bit over. I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, give or take,
Yeah. But we have experience. We were basically just not cut off, but we cut ourselves off and we just hitched it to the city and we're now
Yeah,
leaving.
so if you are a person who is, wanting to live in a city or maybe not, whatever the case is, this episode's
Yeah.
for you. We're here for everyone. We're not judging you if you want to be in a city. Blah blah blah. As you're gonna hear in this episode, my experience is that
This is
I am the
our
city person.
experience. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna kind of start with is our background a little bit of how we got to where we're at, how we think and stuff like that. So I want to start by saying
Yeah.
that I grew up in Dallas, Texas, which is obviously a pretty big city. I lived there from the time that I was born until about 11 years old, and then I moved to a small town in Louisiana,
That's like all your
which,
childhood too.
right,
Like up to 11 is like that's where you kind of
yeah, it's
remember.
like a huge
Yep.
jumping point in like because it's middle school basically, that I moved and started, a whole new experience. But basically from a small or a big city to a small town is a drastic change, like culture, shock, such a different experience from one another. But basically me coming from the city to a smaller town, I really did not enjoy basically the small town. I thought that it was everything that I didn't want. I stood as a city person and I just really held on to that feeling of like I don't belong here and I want to be here or there or whatever, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You felt like the people were way like on a lower frequency than you.
In a
And
way, in a
especially
way.
you living in the just the city that you grew up in or after you moved, it's like a farm
Right,
place.
like a super small town, like
Like
literally,
it's
like
a road
there's one
basically.
school in the town, there's a couple fucking lights, you know what I mean? It's a small town, and
Yeah.
that's nothing wrong with that. But
It's like
from
the
someone who experienced their whole life in a city, with all these things around them and different types of people, it was definitely a
yeah,
big, big drastic change
for
to get
sure.
used
No,
to.
because you were on the highway, the interstate, literally to get anywhere you were going to.
Right, but from my experience, I was super. It was about the city. Like the city
Yeah,
is the shit. If it's not the city, it is the shit. And
yeah,
that's what I
because
really, really, really
it's
held
like
on
the
to and felt
rural
like.
like bottom feeders. It felt
Hmm.
like, but I grew up in a smaller city, like just like I don't know how to even describe it. Just a smaller city, not a big city, but we did travel a lot to Texas, specifically Dallas and Austin and all over there. We traveled a lot and also like Florida and stuff. Like we went a lot to cities and stuff, and also for my mom's work. I definitely did see the city was like this like spotlight type of thing. I saw
Like
it.
a fun place or like a
Yes,
place with
yeah.
stuff and
Well,
an experience, almost like a vacation or
yep.
something. I
Also,
don't know.
all new
To an outsider,
foods
I'm thinking
and
about
just like they had all the stores. We don't have all the stores like in our mall.
stuff that you don't usually maybe
Yes,
get. Right.
it seemed like everything was like everything's there. But yeah, I was in the middle ground, so I never
Hmm.
felt so opposed or
One side or the
appeased.
other, right?
Yes,
Because you
because
kind of
I
also
had that
lived
balance.
where you grew up. Basically, was like I would say the mix of both. Because it was not a small
Exactly.
town,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a huge city either. You know what I mean? It wasn't given Dallas, but it wasn't also a tiny town with only a
Yeah,
couple things in
because it
it.
had a mall and it
So it was
had like
definitely like a
stuff.
middle ground between the two, which is kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
But with that, I feel like that's a pretty good understanding of our background to say that from there, knowing how much I wanted to, be in a city and almost hated living in a small town, I did it. You know what I mean? It came to time to be going to college, and I
Yeah.
I decided to go to New Orleans. It was
It was the
the
summer after we graduated high school. Just right to
and
put it there. It
right,
was
and
a clean cut.
I was so excited because it was going to a city. It was, I even applied to New York University. Like that's
Oh
to
yeah,
prove
let's
even
go
how
there.
much more, right? I wanted to go to the biggest city of all. Like I just thought that it meant more opportunity,
Yeah.
right? More
Just as not as far as possible, but just like the bigger city, the better. It seemed like just a city's a city.
Right. And like,
I get
right,
that.
that's
Yeah,
totally like what I envision myself in. And I would say that there's a lot of programming that comes from that, just because I grew up
yeah,
in a city and it ended up realizing that I didn't even like know that that was so good for me to be in such a small town, right?
yeah.
And we'll talk about that more as we get into the conversation, but it just totally feeling that your journey is getting you to where you need to be and just accepting that because sometimes you don't like a certain part, but it gets you to where you're supposed to go, and it,
Yeah.
it, it teaches you the things you need to
Do you
know.
want to talk about like basically how growing up in Winsboro was in your small town? How it was just kind of was boring, but what was the boring attributes to that?
Right. So coming from a big city, obviously, you have all kind of things to do. It just a drive is there's tons of stuff
Yeah.
around you. Different types of. There's
Well,
only a
even
Walmart in
even
Winsboro
just
where I
driving.
only ever went to Target. Genuinely, like growing up in Dallas, I never went to Walmart in my
Oh my
life
God,
until I
yeah.
moved to Winsboro in like sixth
That's
grade.
yeah, it's all that you shopped. But
Yeah.
it's crazy how even just going from like wherever you were at to go home, you pass like 20 fast food restaurants. So
Hmm.
it's just like you could just easily stop anywhere.
Right. No,
It,
yeah.
it's
There's just so many things that you can be the consumer for, basically.
yes, like because you can spin a band in a
And
day.
obviously, an experience as a kid is different than an experience as an adult. So my experience as a child living in the city was, I relied on my parents, so I wasn't
Yes.
experiencing, obviously the, different things that come with that. I
And
was just a
also
child,
they were very
obviously.
experienced growing up, so they wanted you to have as well. Like they also wanted you to go shopping and to go do things and to go to places and to have fun.
Right. And I, as y'all know, like obviously, like I care about a vibe, I care about being elevated, all these things. And I absolutely associated that all with being city, right? But that is not necessarily the case. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, there's might be a more influx of that in a certain area, but there's reasons for that.
Yeah. And this might be so like late into the conversation, but we're a couple. We've been together for since we moved together the summer before we graduated high school, and we have been doing it on our own since then. And that's why this experience just comes from it's just personal to us.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
just raw and like what
our
we felt
life. Yeah.
and how we got to where we are currently. But
No, yeah, because yeah,
yeah, just talking about Winsboro even a little more, like I ended up realizing that it was something that was so good for me. Like I had the experience to slow down, be more connected to nature and like just live a slower life, even
yeah.
as young as a
Well,
kid as I
every
was.
day
Like
you would
that is
wake
something
up and
right.
just take your dog
I got
outside and go to your
yes,
backyard, and that
I've
that
been
was your morning every
and
single
also
day.
when I first moved, I was a little younger, so me and my brother Addison, we would like go out into the woods behind our house, which was something completely new to us. We had a small backyard that was fenced
Yeah,
in our entire lives, so
in a gated
something like
neighborhood
that
type of
was
thing.
amazing to me. I loved seeing the trees. We went and frog hunted with like BB guns and just like went and
No,
explored the
you have
woods,
like
and it
endless
was
stories about
yeah,
that.
it was
It's
genuinely such
insane.
a beautiful experience that I got to have, and I'm so grateful for it. Even though there was a lot of stuff that I didn't enjoy about being in a small town or whatever experiences that I went through, I am completely grateful for what the town brought me, which was, more connection to nature and ended up being more connection to myself and others and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
it's
I think it
definitely like
also
being
just kind of there.
grateful.
It kind of shows like if people don't teach you not your higher ups, but say just your parents or people around you, they're not teaching you to appreciate things.
Right.
You kind of don't. You just
Right.
appreciate like
Well, it's also leading by example. It's like you can teach someone all day long, but what are you doing as the person who's
that's what it
trying to
is.
teach,
That's what
right?
it is. Yeah, because I remember I would love to go outside, even like behind my mom's
Yeah.
work, and I would just go play like literally in a puddle of water and like collect cool rocks. But I remember that still now because that was like something I really enjoyed. But no one was outside looking at
Yeah.
trees and stuff or collecting rocks. I was just like just doing that in my own time. But we don't care about to keep doing that as growing like when we're growing up. Like obviously
Right.
go
We follow
outside.
what we see because that's what makes sense. But
Yeah,
that's, I would say both of us kind of didn't do that in a way. And I think that's
exactly.
a good thing. But, to each their own.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, my little small town had a lot of nature. I did enjoy going to the park. I went to the park like at least every other week. I had dogs. I did have a little woods behind my backyard. I would go explore. But
Definitely not as rural where you were.
yes, yeah.
And your family, you want to share your experience a little bit about like just having your family be a business,
Oh,
you know
so
what I
yeah, my
mean?
family were they were immigrants, so they're on that hustle mentality. It's not, I can't just hate on them like, wait, get out of here. Our cat is
Bijou, don't be ruining our video, girl.
she is literally 5 pounds and she can do whatever she wants. So she's gonna do that. But my parents, like I was saying, they were immigrants. They have that hustle mentality. This is the best way I can put it.
Yeah, there's other words we could say, but
Um, they literally work. They wake up at 8, go to work at 9, come home at 9 or 10, every single day, 7 days a week. Um, that's we work every single day. That was the thing.
definitely not a slow lifestyle.
No, not whatsoever. And then also that gives you to the
Which
mindset.
you crave that a lot, wouldn't you say?
Yes, no, because I remember whenever I was like, getting more independent and driving, I would take my days off and really schedule them and really like enjoy myself and go outside, go to the park.
Right, or spend time with yourself, just chilling
Yeah,
or something. Because that, I would say, me coming into your family, I would say that is something that shocked me, was seeing how your family doesn't have the ability to chill or
yeah,
to, relax or enjoy their time without having something happening.
yeah. And it's when you work that much, you obviously have not an abundant of money, but it's like you're working for it, so you can
You're not
spend
worrying
money.
about it, right?
So you get in that mentality of just you have to spend to almost have fun because we never just sat at home and chilled. That was like
Watch the movie as a family, like
we
much, or
did
like
that
just doing like family
truly before
things.
we moved to that
The other
house.
house,
Yes,
right?
we
So
basically
when
we would
you were
have
like pretty young though, then no?
yeah under 14, 13, like before puberty type of thing, and we would just sit on the couch and actually watch a movie, or we would actually like rent movies and like pay twenty
Right,
nine
yeah.
dollars and
From
call
Redbox.
that too. But
Do y'all remember
before
that? That's some crazy
Redbox was a
shit.
great experience.
That's so crazy that everything is not physical now. Like that's a whole rabbit hole. Like
Yeah.
Jesus.
Also, it's even more annoying that it's only on digital. So when you want to watch a movie, you're like searching it up on the TV and it's
You
nowhere.
can rent it for $5.
Or
But
they
every
don't.
streaming platform that you're paying for doesn't have it. What the hell?
Hey, there she goes again, our cat. Um, so
But
annoying.
anyways,
Yes.
once again, I feel like that's just trying to give you guys a little basis of where we
Yeah.
came from and how we think and how we thought versus where we're at now. But basically, let's go into kind of our experience of moving to New Orleans and like kind of having the city, right? Because like as I
What do we
said,
expect? Let's go to
right,
that.
no, totally,
Yes.
yeah. Because I especially, even more than you, I moved to New Orleans first for college. I've
Yes.
met me there, but I obviously, as I explained, was super, super city. Like, that was what my eyes were set on and my heart was set on. I thought that that is how I was gonna get everything that I wanted, right? So moving to the city, that's what I was expecting, and it's not what I got.
Yeah. So starting off, you basically were in your dorm
Right.
because that you basically were moving to college and you were going to pay the cheapest rent we could find just for you alone was 1,400. The 1,450 actually. You couldn't do that alone, obviously.
Right.
Just moving out with no job, and you just had your job from your hometown. So we moved together, and then we did find an apartment that was 1,450, and
Plus utilities.
oh my god, that pisses me off so much because and right now we're paying with utilities, and it's so annoying. But there it was unpredictable, guys. We had
Yeah.
1,450 every month, and then on top of probably like 250, and then it would be that 250 was the minimum. Let me just say that it went all the way up to 500.
Yeah.
I don't know how
No, and we weren't using it like crazy or nothing. Like we weren't no fools.
it actually was broken. Our AC was broken for most of the year. It's just so annoying.
But that's honestly a huge part of what was not shocking. Obviously, it makes sense if you're not an idiot, but like just the expenses, right? It's everything's expensive. That's a part of being in a city is what comes with it.
You
The
have to play
houses are
the
expensive. If you're
inflated.
even able to buy a house, you're probably having to get an apartment.
So here in New Orleans, it's way smaller than a bigger city like Dallas. So
Right, right,
all the real
totally.
estate is very sectioned off,
No,
and
it's either ghetto 99, right? Or you're like
it's bad.
expensive.
It's bad, guys. If you've been to New Orleans, you know that most
You
houses
know.
have metal
It's
metal
either third
things on
world
their
country or like mansions.
yeah, or just normal. It's very weird here. We were not able to afford to rent a home, and we weren't even thinking about that, so we just got
Right.
an apartment
Yeah,
because
we just
that's the
wanted a
next
place to
move.
live because, like, what do you do, right? You don't have family around. You can't buy no house. You're a young kid. Like, what are you gonna do, right?
Also,
So
we couldn't
figuring that
even
out was
yeah.
hard and stressful because not only realizing that you have to spend so much time to make money, right, and use that for whatever it is, but
Yeah.
it's just so much stress that comes with all that because your nervous system isn't able to rest and like flow with whatever is supposed to happen, you know?
Yeah, well, we were worried we weren't worried for the first half, almost full year of rent because we had savings, but then after that we were like, we need to get a job to start actually just taking away from our savings. We were kind of like, dang, like this is kind of hard. Like
Mm-hmm.
the only job we could actually find with just having our experience from our teenage self was $11 an hour.
Yeah, and we actually ended up working at a place for like a couple months. It was kind of horrible, especially with how much work we were putting forth and what it was
Yes.
giving us back.
We're not overachievers. We're gonna do
We're
something
very good
right.
workers. Yes, exactly. We do things right. We do things with our heart and with good intention and with like putting your full foot forward, you know?
Yeah, that's why we have now moved on to having our own business, and that's just what we're gonna keep
Right, because
expanding
that's
on.
something that before even anything of moving to a city or whatever, I always felt so deeply in my heart that there is no job that I want to do. Like,
The
there's no,
passion for
what's my
work,
passion for what?
what
Like,
is
it's
that?
none of these things. It's none of these things that are available to me. Like,
Yeah.
I went to college, choosing what major that I wanted to decide. Like, there's
You
fucking
changed
none.
it
They're
like
all
four
so
times.
stupid. No,
Do
I
you,
didn't.
didn't you?
No, I just left it. I just put
Oh,
business because I
right,
was
right,
like,
right.
I have no clue. Like, this is stupid. I have no clue.
That was
None
the
of this is all
conversation. Yeah, you were
stupid.
like, I don't really
Like,
care.
I'm not a biologist. That's dumb if you're that. Like, everything that you could get a degree for is pretty much retarded. And
Yeah.
I don't know, just getting to the point of I did not feel the comfort in working. It felt like so sad to me, like so horrible, you know?
It's very, very depressing, especially me growing up, literally working a 9 to 5, not 9 to 5, a 9 to 9 since I was a kid because my
Yeah.
mom had us at work. It was her own
And
store.
you coming into my life at that time, our lives merging and being together, I felt horrible for you in a way because I was like, you wanted to work so much and that was just what you were so used to. I was like, you need to be able to, breathe some and
Yeah.
like enjoy life. And truly from there, after we got that job, we haven't got another one, girl. We've been hustling
I
and we are
can't,
figuring it out and we are gonna grow more than you
yeah.
could ever even think
We
because
just knew that
that's not
us
in the
clocking
cards
in
for
for our
us.
time to get a little bit of reward and then like just what we were selling was two of the things we were selling was how much we get paid an hour.
Right.
We were doing that 50 times an hour. It was blowing our brains up and just the people don't appreciate like how are you going to have workers and not appreciate as
Yeah,
well.
totally.
That was a huge part too because people don't just want to like not work because you want to sustain what you want but yeah.
That's a huge point of living in a city too, is like the constant pressure from a million different things, from work, from, making it seem like you're doing well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like making enough money, having the right clothes, having the right car, having the
Yeah.
right house, having your children be perfect, whatever. It's like I saw this thing the other day, it was hilarious. It was like me realizing that I'm not behind, but everyone else is just in a massive amount of debt.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
It's too easy to get credit cards and that's for a reason but it's way too easy to get money that's not yours and then
Hmm.
it's tethered to a lot of interest and interest is just like money that you have to pay on top of what you're paying back that you borrowed and
Yeah.
that's just like they can make that whatever they want truly.
Which, yeah, just puts you in a rough
Very
position
very
to have to pay off something and you're forced to basically work. I mean, that's
yeah.
obviously what you're deciding to do, but it's kind of a trapment because
It's
if you
like
decided something else, so what are you going to do? You don't have that option kind of anymore.
it's kind of at the cost of your not
Your nervous
your
system and your
life
health
but
in a
your
way,
life for a
right?
certain amount of
Totally,
time
absolutely.
and you only have time as a person as a human like we only have
Exactly.
time.
Because that's what money is. We've talked about this before. It's time.
Yeah.
It's the trade-off for your time. So, yeah.
So basically us quitting our job and we did offer her we tried to negotiate and basically be like we're working a lot, don't give a damn. We quit and yeah, like you said, we never looked back. We started to get in side hustles. We just try to figure something out and we did.
Yeah. And I would say another thing that was almost weird and unexpected was like I don't know how to word it, like the push for everything as being convenient, if that makes sense.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like you just get a apartment because it's just, it's cheap and it's close to everything and you can just, grocery stores, like they
I
have
think
everything here. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like everything's just convenient. That's just what a city is in a way, is like this marketing of convenience for you, of like you don't have to do this and that because we're doing it for you. But knowing that, what are they doing? What's their interest? What's in their heart and mind for that,
Yeah.
right?
Obviously, you would just think it's just money because, like, just a Walmart. Just think about that. All the food that all your groceries come from Walmart. If they do or wherever they come from, the one store or the two, where are they getting that from? That's not even a thought that crossed my brain ever. Like, where are you getting all these things to sell to me from?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then everyone knows about preservatives and they don't want to get things that have a lot of chemicals or preservatives or stuff like that. But, like, it's as simple as the vegetables and the meat, the
Yeah.
main things that we eat. Like, they're heavily sprayed. We can't control that. The meats that we are eating are not eating God-giving things. They're eating things that they would never eat that in nature. Like the cow would definitely oppose to eat that. The ways, the way that chickens are living right now
Hmm.
is like unbelievable. And not to get on a side note, but if y'all watch Mr. Beast's video, we watch it just to stay up on what's like happening around the world. He is pushing for 3D printed chicken.
And for like Neuralink, like brain chips, and like homeboy is fucked. Like,
We,
please don't be letting your children watch him. That's all I be having to say because god
yeah, if you have
damn,
kids, that the one thing that you can do is literally
be
take
the
away.
fuck aware.
Yes, because if you're not, they're gonna just do whatever they want, and
No,
that's
that's the thing. There's a push, believe it or not, by somebody, some people who want your child to be infiltrated in one way or another. So if you are not, being aware and protecting your child, then that's just bound to happen.
yeah. The world is we're too
The internet
influenceable
is so fucked up. Like it has so much influence over you. It can at least. Like it doesn't
for
have
sure.
to,
Not
but
everyone does it.
and for someone of a child who have no clue what they went through, right?
Yeah,
Having that just given to them is gonna like influx them, and it's gonna be an experience for them in some way or another, and that is something that you need to be aware of if you love your child. Period.
yeah. I I do believe everything's meant to happen, but I do know that there's a heavy push for like if the currents are going good, like you can make the currents go harder. I
Hmm.
do, and that's hard to understand, but you have to be aware in this day and age because just like you're sitting here listening to this podcast, you could be listening to something way not so informative and just only stick to doing that and never getting new information or even new ideas or new perspectives on something. And that's last time we talked about this specifically. Like, imagine if you got you were taught something that makes you not want to learn anything else.
Right. Exactly. Like
Isn't that
basically
so
think that
harsh?
you have the answers in a way, so you're like,
I'm set
everyone already
off,
figured this stuff out, so we're just living here now. It's like just whatever. Like
and that's
we're at
not
the peak
true.
of
Yeah,
civilization.
think about that. Or the peak of civilization when
But they were just building those buildings back then because they had nothing else better to
all
do.
of our buildings are made out of steel and like aluminum, like aluminum walls. And back then they were literally stone, like hand carved stone.
But they back then built it in 2 years versus now it takes us 15 or 20 years. Like that just doesn't make sense. It's almost like we have power tools, but they didn't. And it's almost like we have cars and trucks and they had horse and buggies. It's
It
almost
doesn't make
like
any
that
sense.
math
Yeah,
doesn't math. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
But not trying to fully shit on cities. Obviously, to some small extent, yes.
yes.
But
But you want
I
to talk
one
about like the
hundred
things,
percent get where that's coming from.
the
Like
the
what so many
peas.
right because it seems like there's opportunity, which there is to some extent, right? But that opportunity is job. That opportunity is labor. That opportunity is your time, right? And that if that's what you want, that's fine. But that's truly what it is. And I just I feel with that because I was in the same exact boat, and I'm not trying to be like I'm higher than you or something, but I was fully planted in it, probably harder than you even are, and I fully turned around because of just the experiences that I experienced during my life in the city and during
Yeah,
realizing things that I didn't realize and stuff like that, like just growing and becoming myself.
just the experience of doing the experience. Like when you go to an amusement park and your stomach can't handle rides, like you had the experience, you're not going back. It's just like it was a bad experience. It was
Yeah.
just a bad experience, and we always tried to live with enjoying the moments and enjoying the experience, no matter what was happening, or just trying to even just like that's met for a reason. Like obviously we stick by that, but
Yeah.
it's we're moving, so
And
there's obviously something.
what do you see in a city, right? Like everyone is stressed, everyone's rushing. Like there's
Yeah,
no time to live and be grateful and like, have community, you know what I'm saying? Like that the traffic, right? Everything
the
is such
traffic.
a constant
Yeah,
stimulation for you. The noise, you know what I mean? Like there's no control over these smaller things which everyone takes for granted and doesn't really care about, which that's its own thing, but that's the thing is you don't have control over these things. Like the control is over you.
yeah.
That's a huge factor of why I hate a city is because there's so much control and you're forced to rely on the systems that have been put in place already
Yeah,
that someone designed for you to be the consumer of, right?
yeah, exactly like that. Like if if they put a lot of just say fast food restaurants on one strip, people are probably going to drive more up and down that strip just to get the fast foods. And then with that, we know in cities, real estate is like the number one selling thing, and that's just because they want to sell you somewhere to live to keep living here, and also
Right. And why?
that
Like
takes debt.
if you live in the city, right, you can just consume from everything else. You're going to go to the grocery
Yeah,
store, you're going to go to the golf club, whatever the hell, everything that you want to do, right? Everything you're just going to consume, 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 consume.
But think
and
about it.
outsource everything in your life. Outsourcing means you're not going to do it yourself. You're going to let someone else do it for you,
Yeah,
right? So that means the groceries, right? Every single thing that you eat, you're not going to do none of that. Every single your car, there's pretty much nothing that we do, right? So outsourcing your entire
that
life,
seems so weird. Like obviously I can just get my food. It's so convenient. I don't want to be a farmer. Like
or you
I don't
could
want to be a
have
but
free food. It's like
I don't want to be a
food's very easy
butcher.
to grow.
But just like it's not that hard to do that. We're not doing that yet. So I do, I don't understand where it's fully
That's a
coming
huge
from.
part of it too, is
But
the land in your city, right? You can't even
think
do stuff
about
like
if
that.
my grandma used to be, she had a little bit of
A garden?
a garden, yes, and also chickens and at times like meat goats. And I looked up to that and I was like, that's pretty cool. But she wasn't really teaching me that. She was just doing it.
Right.
If you don't get taught it, it just like
Like, and understanding why it's important, right?
yeah,
Because that is a huge thing. And also, like, I'm pushing back a little bit, but going back to Winsboro, like, came from a city to living in a smaller town, and I saw and understood in a different way than I ever did how the food is grown. I obviously didn't know, like, if they're spraying or whatever and not all that, but I just saw, farmers literally, like, driving down the street, you see cornfields and stuff, and, like,
yeah,
people in my school were farmers, their families were farmers. So understanding that the food, comes from somewhere, that's important. Like, it's deeply, deeply important where it comes from, how it's done, and who it's coming from. Like, you know what I mean? It's someone did that. Like, and
yeah.
that's a very important thing in our
Literally planted
world.
seed by seed. Had a cow that gave
So much
birth.
time and
It's so
effort,
much.
waking up early so often. It's like a lot of effort, and that's an amazing, beautiful
It's way
thing.
deeper than just literally buying a burger wrapped in
Exactly.
a
Because
piece of
yeah, when you
aluminum
go to
and eating
when you
it.
go to the restaurant or when you go to the grocery store, you're not thinking of where that came from, because it's just food to you, right? And that is what it is. But at the same
Exactly.
time, like, it could be genetically modified. It could be, completely sprayed with, like, literal
What
poison.
yeah, and especially with what they're already giving you like processed Oreos, like that takes like 47 ingredients to make one thing. What are you truly eating at the end of the day? It doesn't make any sense that it's like the thing you should be eating that people have been eating for hundreds of years is just whole food
Hmm.
that doesn't have BS. Do you remember seeing that quote? It was saying that humans are the only species that spray their foods
Right.
to get other animals to not eat it,
Right.
but then they eat
But
that sprayed
exactly,
food.
exactly. Like, that's crazy, bro.
And that seems like, oh, well, we don't.
The animals are smart enough to not eat it because they literally know that it's sprayed with bullshit, but we're gonna eat it.
It'll kill them. Like truly, it kills bugs. It's like it repels them and kills them, and we eat that. It just and to the people, defending that in a type of way, it's like I don't want to eat bitten like food or like have it to be have bugs, but like just they're keeping it in bad environments that's attracting bugs. What if you like? It's just there's so many things you can do without having to literally poison yourself. I don't want to.
Also, a lot of the time, back in the day, people were doing small scale stuff. Like, they were just doing
Yeah.
that stuff for themselves. It wasn't really until things got on an industrialized level that
Yes.
things needed to be sprayed or whatever, because there wasn't an ability to, control these outside factors in a
Yeah.
way.
Well, the farmers weren't having literally like 100 acres of cows. Like they
Right,
were having
exactly.
probably like 40. Like,
Right, they were supplying to their families or their
and
communities, as
but
opposed to a
now,
whole, like, everything is farmed by one people to give to everything in a way. And it's not even people, it's companies, right?
yeah, that
And they're
sucks.
they're
Yeah.
doing the cheapest things, and then the thing to make sure that you don't get something contaminated, which is spraying it with chemicals. To me,
And
that
then
doesn't make
it's
sense,
just
but
it's all for
whatever.
profit and just also deeper because like why are you doing even this stuff? Like why are you applying so much things to just this normal thing?
Yeah, things should just
To
be simple.
even make a normal thing not feel normal like real
It's
milk.
like inversion, and it's like, fucked. It's weird.
Just think
It's not
like,
normal.
do you think getting
It's against the design that it was, right? It's like changing what is and what should be.
simplified as this, most people don't try real milk until they grow up and literally like, or unless they have someone that drinks real milk, people just buy their milk from Walmart. That milk from Walmart is pasteurized. Pasteurization has been the new industrial thing to basically not have bacteria in the
Right.
milk. When
But
if you
when
keep it
you warm it
clean,
up, and that's what pasteurization is heating the milk up. That completely destroys a lot of the minerals that are in it, the enzymes, the fats, a lot of the things that make the milk what it is and make it
you can
so
do it
like a
for
medicine.
a soup or you can do it for a hot chocolate,
Right.
but they boil it for literally over an hour, just on just boiling for over an
Mm-hmm.
hour.
Just real quick too, on some, like, history of, like, why that is because similar to what we were just talking about with gardening, like, farming with milk cows used to be on a small scale, like, families, or just to communities, not like a huge farm, like to supply to so many stores and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But eventually people, wanted to make money and, decided to have a huge industrialized farming company or whatever. And the conditions weren't as proper as someone
Yes.
who is in a small scale and like actually, make sure that their cows are being fed properly,
Yeah.
making sure that they aren't getting contaminated by this or
If
that,
you
blah,
have
blah,
if you have
blah.
to handle only 40 cows, you can make sure they're all clean. If you have to handle 250, you probably can't check all of
Right.
them.
So whenever these, big companies were getting huge influx of cows and trying to do this, they were not in the best conditions. So those
Yeah.
cows, their milk was contaminated and it did have a bacteria in it that probably could make you sick or get
Yeah.
hurt or whatever. But that is why they decided to basically pasteurize it, is because of the off chance of if something could go wrong, right?
Yeah.
And that is because of the poor conditions that they let the cows be in, basically.
Do you know
So
what that
if you're in a small scale and you're taking proper condition of your cows, there isn't really anything to worry about there. So you don't have to pasteurize it
Do you know what that kind
because
of feels like? Like when you were in school and there was this group of people talking, and then everyone gets yelled at.
right?
It's like what? Like y'all were doing this mistake because y'all were just doing that,
So
and then
everyone gets in trouble
everyone
for
gets
it.
in
Or it's like
trouble.
you're all getting the consequence of someone else's action, but you don't even realize it.
Isn't that so annoying
Like
to just
that's
have
something I
to?
never knew when I realized it was a little angering. Like I have to go out of my way to find this milk that is really really good for
Oh
you,
my
that can
God!
help pull out heavy metals, that can
And not
put so many minerals in your body.
not that it's overpriced, but it's expensive for a freaking $4 gallon of milk from
And
Walmart.
everything is that's of better quality.
That's literally
Everything.
normal. That's literally not
Yep.
has been contaminated. It feels like we're getting onto a
Things are
different.
cheap for a
Yes,
reason. Just
and
get that.
yes, all this is just in a city. It's way easier to find real milk and
Yeah.
farm fresh produce in the middle of
From your
nowhere.
locals, yeah, that's what you need to do. Like there's obviously some small people and stores that do a little bit of
Yes.
healthier options, but you also just got to be aware of what they're even claiming, because a lot of things are, marketing, not real.
Yeah. Have you talked about soy on this?
Soy, I don't know. I did a TikTok. Y'all should watch that. But soy is literally like, it's a bean. They use it for soy wax, soy oil, all kind of bullshit. But it's highly processed and synthesized to, and so many chemicals added to make
Yeah.
it to become what it needs to become. Like for wax, for example, like that makes completely almost no sense to
Yeah.
me how a
We were
bean can
like
turn into a wax.
because
Obviously, like for example, beeswax, it's a wax, right? That makes complete sense how it could be a wax.
we
But you
were
to turn a bean into a wax
we were
is
calling around to find a
confusing.
restaurant that didn't use oil, like industrial oil, to fry their fries. So we called this place and they're like, we use soy oil, and we're like, it's also an oil. We knew it was a
Yeah.
wax that they make it into a
I'm sure it's
wax.
all other stuff too. People like soy milk, isn't that something too? I don't
Yeah,
know.
and just the
Stay
thing
away
with
from
the
that.
thing with that, we were just like, what is that? And then we figured out that the process to do that, it's like literally a chemical process, and it fully changes what it was.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And it sucks that that's the new natural. Like you can get all natural soy, but it's like, how is it fully natural if it's takes the process that's crazy to make it? It's very very outrageous, and it's phony.
Yeah.
Don't buy soy.
I want to talk a little bit about work a little bit. Like, obviously, from our experience, we completely are not doing that, and we just have a different outlook on what that looks like for us. So, to the other people who are similar, maybe don't enjoy what they're doing or feel like they don't want to do any of the things,
Or
like,
feel
I
like you
just
have
want
no
to
passion
encourage you in a
to
way.
live. That's you don't. People are living to work. It's like
Right.
they have to sustain what they're living by, so
Your
they
passion
have
should
to
be to
work.
live, right?
Yeah.
Because from there you get to figure out what all those other things are for you. It's like we're meant to flow, but I just wanted to say like I feel like that is so like labeled as lazy or like not right, but it's like you
Yeah.
just it's meaningless work. That's what you're not supposed to do, right? It's like that
Exactly.
is something that is completely normal. So for you to feel that way, like that's a very good thing. I would say like keep pushing through to that feeling and like see yourself on the other side of that, because it's going to be good if you believe in yourself and just push through and do what needs to
Yeah.
be done, because that is
Struggle
something
by
that
till you find
it's
something
bad
that
for
clicks
you.
for you.
It's sad. It's like our life is we get a beautiful chance to live here on this earth. Like we have free water under the ground and all these bodies of water. We have these beautiful trees, beautiful nature, beautiful the world we live on is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And the fact that we decided to just, work all day and stuck ourselves in a box and not get in the sun and do this and that, like it's fucked. It's sad. It's horrible. Like we are a part of nature. We deserve the things that animals deserve because we are an animal. We have a consciousness, so that is even worse. It's like we're so stupid that we're letting our brain let us stay away from the things that we were designed to have. Like
It's like we're some type of apex predator that we just have to be, wearing a suit and sitting in front of a computer for so many hours, and then like You
It's
think
just so
you,
much
you think
stimulation.
you need this to be a proper human being by biology, if you want to call it biology, just to be normal. Like you need real food, you need to go outside because you need
Sunlight.
sunlight.
Yep.
You also need to breathe fresh air, which you can't really do if there's factories around you. You also
And spraying
need
of the
to have
skies.
meaningful things around you and like people that you love
Right,
and
connection and also like beauty. Like there's such a lack of beauty, I would say, in cities, and
yeah,
that is absolutely on purpose because the things that are around you affect you on a spiritual and physical and mental level, every single level.
yeah,
And so whenever you don't have things that are surrounded you with beauty, whether that's people, whether that's the things in your home, whether that's the buildings around you, like there's so many ways that there's so many it's ugly. It's on purpose. It's a design. It
yeah.
is.
Like, do you think an interstate is cute? Like, it's not.
It just
No.
like it really is crazy to think about the past and how people were and like the things that they had and how decided to surround themselves with beauty, and
What
we've strayed
just
from that in a crazy ass way.
just trying to talk to the people that are opposing. What is the point of you having everything you want, like your big house and your new car? What is the point at the end of the day?
Hmm.
Like,
Like your grave's just gonna say like worked till they died and had cars, but you know what? What's your family gonna think of you? Did they get time to spend with you? Like that's the most important thing is like being able to do what you want with your time. Like if you can't do that, then what's the point, right?
yeah. And the thing that I think an even deeper thing about this is already pretty deep is that when you're so busy and so caught up in just surviving, you can't ever just live and express yourself and be the way that you truly are because you don't even know what that is. Like you're just used to hustling or moving quick or being uneasy because you have to pay rent or having so much pressure. If you don't have pressure, imagine what you could do. Like you could just literally be like perfectly sane in your
Hmm.
brain. Even we have pressure, and it's like I can. Whenever we don't have pressure, it's like I feel amazing. But when we do, it's like
It
yeah, like
depends on right where it's
we
coming
have to keep
from.
going and
If it's outside of yourself, I would say that's where the issue is, and like
yeah,
that's such a big thing of what cities do is make you look outside of yourself for everything. It's like you don't get the chance to look inside of yourself because you're constantly told to like change your image, or you're basically taught to not be yourself, right?
that's the
You're
whole thing
taught to
about it.
literally
Yeah.
fit in, and that's the huge issue that we experience.
And
Like
not like that, but it does start in a school, in a setting where
right,
you basically have
we're
to
gonna have an
go.
episode on that soon. I just actually graduated from college, so we're gonna do a whole
Our
episode on that soon.
diploma
But
got shipped in. Um, yeah, it's we we're trying to be very very honest with you and like just be very genuine with
our
what
experience, like this is
we
just how we are living and
we
how we
lived real
lived and what we
life.
experienced exactly. And
Here, I think right now is a good little point where we should break down how much it actually cost us to live in a city. So
ugh, I don't even want to do this. I'm
this
actually
is
gonna
very
feel
very
sick.
yeah. This is gonna make
Like
my
we should
stomach
die.
hurl and like hurl's actually
It,
throwing up
just real
already.
quick, renting is pretty much burning your money. It's
And
like you're never getting to accomplish anything. You're constantly putting out so much effort to spend this, but nothing's ever coming for you, and you never get a chance to chill. It's like
there's never a
it's almost the
stability.
same thing as getting in debt because you're constantly you have to keep doing it. You don't have the choice to step away because you're never owning anything. You never get the chance to chill. That's to prove not to prove but to what we're going to do next is we're going to own or finance a home. We're not going to go through banks.
Yeah,
We're going to basically like find a home, maybe have to fix it up a little bit, but we're going to pay a monthly rent and eventually own that, right? And that's going to be something that is actually going to get to the point where imagine you not having to pay rent. You own your shit.
yeah.
Like
You got to
that's
pay 500
amazing.
bucks for
You get
like
to use that money for
utilities.
something else, or you get
Yeah,
to explore yourself more or your
you just
passions.
don't have that thing dangling over you
Exactly.
that you have to keep doing and keep doing
Exactly.
and keep doing, and then at the end of the day, like, oh, your lease is over, time to go find your next place or keep
And
paying.
also like such a huge thing of like these are artificial environments that are created, right? And we are
Yeah,
biological beings. So putting us in artificial environments is so against what our biology craves, like, and
yeah,
why we're designed, right?
yeah,
Like these are literal artificial environments that were created by people for a specific reason, if that makes sense. Like you are the consumer in mind for the creation of these cities and things, blah blah blah. Like
yes,
that's what so many people don't realize is that their dreams are manufactured for them by other people with the goal of you once again being the consumer, right? Like
yeah.
my dream was my entire life to be in the city and like maybe be a star or a singer,
Just do
whoever knows,
something.
right? Just
Yeah,
do something with your life and like show people that you're something, right? Or just like enjoy your life, whatever that looks like, but not realizing that that's all just fucking fake.
yeah. It. Just think about we're supposed to live in nature. Just people. Just think about that. When you go outside, you feel probably the best you ever have.
People have done
You
that through
probably
our
you're probably
entire
scared of the
life,
sun.
our entire history up
In a
until a certain
city,
time.
your park is fenced off. You have to literally drive to the park to get into nature because your
And I'm
backyard.
sure the park is sprayed too. Everything's sprayed. Like
Well, in
it's
a
like it's
city,
not good
it's in the
stuff.
city limits.
Yeah.
Going back to what we're talking about, guys, this is the deeper part of the conversation.
So,
We lived in an
cool.
apartment for, do I put it's a year and a half? We broke our lease, so a
Yeah.
year and a half. Our rent was, this is just only the rent, was 1450 even.
This is not including
This is not
utilities
including our light
or
bill.
having to pay for food or having to pay for
So
gas, blah blah
that
blah.
times 18, because a year and a half. That is $26,000 in
Bro,
a
that's a
year
car.
and a half. That's no, a car's way cheaper than that. That's like,
That's a good car is what I
oh,
mean.
right. So
That's just a
I
lot of
in
fucking money.
1 year and a half
No, it's so much
only
worse
in
over here
rent.
at our new house that we've been paying. We've been living here for longer than the apartment.
So
Oh
here
my
we go.
fucking god.
This is including
No, like
utilities.
oh my god, we could have bought a fucking house.
1850 is what we're paying for rent here for these walls and for this floor that we walk on and for this
Plastic
ceiling fan.
floors.
The cheapest house we could actually find. 1850 times 24 is
That's
$44,000.
only 2 years.
We've been here for longer. And
Oh
also,
my god.
we eat. We need to eat
Yeah,
food.
like hello. But that
Um,
is just it's just such a thing to your nervous system. Like I said, your nervous system is like just what controls how you feel and like it's like how if you're calm or if you're not, right? It's like the thing that stores all that. And so if you constantly are stuck in this place of like,
oh no,
go go
that's it right
go.
there. We had no clue what a nervous system was. Your nervous system is your
Yeah, we've learned that not
whenever
recently, but pretty much.
a year ago, and it's basically whenever you, let's say I have an appointment. It's a calm appointment, so I'm going to be fine. I'm not too stressing about it, but I have to get a couple shots, like just whatever
Right.
this appointment is. I'm fucking scared for that. I'm
Or like
so
a
scared.
job interview or something.
Yes,
Like it's like what that does to your nervous system
it
is
makes your
freak it out and
heartbeat.
like make
Yeah,
it almost explode. Like
driving.
we underestimate anxiety and like what that does to you, right? Because that puts yourself where it drains your battery, right? So
People are just
you
medicating
feeling
that.
if it's you're stressing about work, you're stressing about your interview that's coming up, whatever it is, you're allowing your nervous system to not be in a place of calmness and like understanding that it's fulfilled. So you doing that literally drains your battery. It makes you, feel tired or like
Yeah.
drained or like it's a horrible thing and there's a million
It,
things
ju-
that
it
contribute to that if you're not aware,
I think it's
especially.
the thing that keeps you on your toes or calm. So if you're always on your toes because you simply have to, you have to eat, you have
Right,
to
through
pay.
it's through the things that you go through and experience in life that could make you have a fucked up nervous system because it's like you've gone through so many things that genuinely were hard to go through and it causes turmoil. Like I don't know
Yeah,
we're human beings. Like
it's
going through
traumatic.
something hard is hard, so you have to do the work through that to realize what is affecting your nervous system still, or what caused it, or what you need to work on, etc. Like because that is such a good factor of your health and like well-being is your nervous system.
I think it's honestly, this is going to be the deepest part we've talked about yet, but it's not about the money. It's just about how much time we wasted to get that money. That makes me very, really like, we had nothing in our bank account at times because we had no savings because we had paid rent or we were trying to invest in our business. That we didn't have any savings, but with that we were where we needed to be type of thing, like in our home, or we were stable for the month. Like we just, it's like we were burning money
It
away.
that yeah, that's a good example of like all going through that. I realized even for me, school, all of those were things that I recognized were completely making my nervous system
Yeah.
feel unsafe and feel so like shaky and like not in a good place. And so realizing that made me want to absolutely change those things. Same with like just the things that are not good for us. Like it's like constant toxins that we're pumping into our body. I just have long ago decided that I don't want that anymore. I want my nervous system to feel safe
Yeah.
because of the things and people I'm around and the experiences that I'm going through. And then I also don't want to completely toxicate my body with
it,
horrible
it
things.
it
Like
messes
those are
up
the
your
two
hormones and it
things.
messes up your body parts, which your body parts, it sends a signal to some part of your body that's gonna, something's gonna
Our
happen.
bodies are so intelligent. I talk about this all the time, but it's so amazing how our bodies are designed and
Yeah.
with the creation of all what's around us in nature and how that our body uses that and recognizes it and applies it to the things that it needs. It's beautiful and amazing and it's a complete obvious design in front of our fucking
Yeah.
faces that we just ignore. It's completely pathetic.
I don't know if y'all have seen this or y'all saw it pop up on YouTube, but there was this thing of, it was basically like holistic healers, which are like proper healers. They just see what you eat and what you go through on a day-to-day basis.
Holistic is like mind, body, soul. They look at the
Yes.
root cause as opposed to just throwing medicine on you.
And a doctor looks at a medicine like, oh, you have a
They were
headache,
taught
we can
about
aid that.
medicine, right? That's their
One of
job.
the ladies said that the doctors, she said that your body does not have everything it needs to replenish itself and
Like
to
your
be
body,
fully
right?
healthy. And the girl was like, "What are you talking about?" Like,
Like, yes, we do. Like,
she was like, "What about people that have like cancer?" She was like, "What are they were doing something to get cancer. Something caused them
there's an
to get
answer
cancer.
to
There's always
that.
a root cause for
If
something
there's
that
something wrong
happens."
with your body, it's not because your body is wrong. It's because something in your environment or whatever the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong. There's always it's a pointing to something. Any symptom that you experience, which cancer is a symptom, any type of disease is a symptom of something else.
Any
It's
type of
pointing
defect
to
at
something.
birth.
It's low key your body trying to fucking save yourself. Like your body is so fucking
Yeah.
amazing, dude.
If you know anyone that has like not a sick baby but a sick kid or something that's just something that's wrong with a person, or my aunt that's already like 30 has Down syndrome, like it's really really infuriating when you go and think about it and you're like, there was something that caused that. And it's very very, it gets very very deeper, and it makes you actually, I wouldn't say mature up, but just realize,
Yeah.
like, you have to realize also we're not like, I guess we are pretty adults, but we're really kids. Like we just like to
Yeah.
have fun. We like to go outside and run with our dogs. We like to make our
Just
house
you
cute.
can't have fun if your nervous system's fucked and you can't be like
Yeah.
normal. It's like
I
realize you can't change what you're not aware of. So we realized that and decided to be aware of the things that we wanted to change so we could live the way that we wanted to, which is, as the person that you were supposed to be, which
with
is like
ease, not
a kid
stress.
having fun and not like healing yourself. That's a huge thing too, is like healing your inner child, right?
Yeah. I was just. Do you have any more points you want to
And
go?
that's a big thing too, is like I've been talking about this whole time, is like cities like keep constantly making you look outside of yourself. It's like that inner kid inside of yourself who you're hiding away through all these experiences, is like you're changing who you are and like becoming an image. Everything's about image and ego, and no one's having the time to look inside of themselves. You're just trying to
Yeah.
impress the person next to you. You're just trying to get to the next step, and that's the whole thing too, is like if you can't live in each moment like and be grateful for the moment, you like constantly looking for the next time, the next thing to happen. It's like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even living in the past. All these things are so bad for us.
It gets even deeper, guys. Like even a kid being on a car ride and not even just to sit for the car ride, they have to watch TikTok.
Like also
Oh.
noise. It's like the noise from
Oh,
TikTok or
noise pollution
noise
is a
from
thing.
everything. It's like if you don't turn off the noise, then you don't have time to think or like look inside of yourself. Like it's so
Yeah.
sad. Like because even more than
You
adults,
should give
even
our
how they
example.
get so stuck in society, life to get like stuck in their head or not be able to like think about things. Kids are even doing that from the start now because
Yep.
they're constantly given a stimulation to never even be able to think in their head, to not even be able to think pretty much at all. They're
I feel
constantly being
so bad for
told
the
who to
kids.
be. They're
Yeah.
getting told how to be, and like they're being completely shunned, and like like their brightness and light is being like sucked the fuck away. It's
Yeah.
completely sad and horrible.
Yeah. I think just the disconnection from the parents to kids nowadays is horrible, and no one cares.
Also, that's a huge thing about, I would say, the city as well, is that it causes that to happen because you're deciding to live in a city that you have to pay more for. That's forcing your family to kind of separate in a way. Like you wake up and you go do all these bullshit things that none of you really like to do, but you have to do it because you want to make money,
I
and you
think
barely get to spend each other with time, right? That's
we were
horrible.
just talking about this before we started the podcast. Um, oh my god, my train of thought. The new normal is for your kids to go to school, but that's the new normal. There was a normal before then. There was your kids staying in your home all day with you because that's normal. It's not normal for your kid to be gone for you for eight
Yeah.
hours a day.
Especially to the mother. The
Mandatory.
mother is like a huge factor of that. Like, also, I don't even know if I want to say this. This is like sad to me because this was happening to me. But I just read about how circumcision like is like such a trauma, right? Like almost every baby passes out because of
Yeah.
the pain. They don't give them any type of like pain reliever
Well,
because their
they
liver
won't
is
remember.
so,
Yeah.
but yes, you do. Your nervous system remembers. Your
No,
nervous
right.
system is what
But
stores
not.
all these
Yeah.
things. But like, how is that horrible? That's horrible, and it causes a
Yeah.
trauma from the start. It causes your nervous system to kind of be fried in the beginning of your fucking life. Like you, as a baby, don't even get the chance to, say, like I'm in pain or whatever. You don't get to
Yeah.
communicate that. So for that to be done is horrible and also completely unnecessary and stupid. Like I just saw someone saying that they think that a lot of issues are because of that. Like so many men in
Tru-
today's society, like we're a patriarchy, right? The men are in
Yeah.
charge, but they're all fucking
Well,
doing
why is that the
wrong.
new standard for everyone to literally cut a
To
piece of
mutilate
skin
your
off?
child,
It doesn't make any sense. It's the new normal. The new normal is
everything
never
the new
gonna be
normal is
good.
not okay. You have to do what your ancestors did, what our great grandmas did, etc. Like
Yeah.
that is what is right for us, what
If
God
something
intended for
if
us.
something seems sketchy, like literally sketchy a little bit, it's just probably not normal. Like, it's literally just not the normality of.
Also, the separation of mother from child that happens because
That's
once
so
again,
bad. Yeah,
cities are forcing you to work pretty much, especially a
yeah.
woman these
You have to
days. Like
survive.
I experienced that my own self. My mom worked a big job in Dallas, and we didn't see her as much as that probably would have been good for us. And I love my family very much, but I don't think that that was as healthy as for me or my siblings as it probably could have been, as well as
Right.
mutilating us in a way. Like that wasn't. I get it. I understand how it
It
happened,
was,
but
yeah. It's not your
it ain't
fault. It's
right.
just
It just ain't right. I'm not here to lie. You know what I'm saying? Like things are what they are at the end of the day, and
yeah.
that can offend who it offends. But I'm here who I am,
It
and I
just is
experienced
what
what I
it is.
experienced.
Because yeah, it does all our experience. And nothing we've ever said has not been something we've seen firsthand.
But I feel like that's pretty good on why we kind of don't want to live in the city. I feel like we
Oh
talked pretty good
yeah.
about all that. But
Can
let's talk
wait.
a little bit about why we do what we're looking for, like what we want
Oh,
now,
now leaving the
with
city.
realizing what we don't want, if that makes
Wait, can we?
sense.
This is gonna be
Go
so
to
funny.
whatever, yeah.
Can we real quick? Can we try to say why we're leaving the city? No, we're gonna say this is why we're leaving the city.
What?
Let's say that together in sync.
Why?
I don't know. It kind of was giving me like the canceled
What? You have
podcast.
to do that at like the beginning or something. What?
No,
Weirdo.
obviously. I just remember welcome back to the canceled podcast, and they were to that in sync. I was trying to do a little moment like that, but um, let's see what we actually do want now.
Right. So a number one thing I would
Wait,
say
start very
is
simple.
land.
We
No.
no, we
Oh.
want to be chill. I
Oh yeah.
do you
Like
every
nervous
single
system, like we were talking
every
about.
single day.
There is a thing you have to achieve to have your nervous system be chill.
Every single day here, I am not even kidding, guys. Even right now with this cord, it's gonna start eventually. Someone's gonna be cutting their yard in my neighborhood. Someone's
Or
dog
yep,
is
the
going to
dog.
be barking. Someone's kids are going to be playing around. I don't mind the kids. They're the least of the problems. Like the kids running around, it makes me happy. But that's what I have constantly. Or cars that are literally beeping or driving. Like
Or a factory in our neighborhood.
it's insane.
Their list goes on.
We are wanting to live somewhere where we can step outside and literally like,
Hear birds chirping instead of cars honking,
or the police or the
Be able to
train.
have like plenty of land. That's a huge thing that I want is land because of the ability to just like have your own space
Yes.
to go out on your own backyard. I would say that's what I had in Windsor a little bit was a really really great backyard with land, like not a ton of land, but it was something I really really loved
That's what
because
my mom always wanted, and she never gave
yeah.
that to us. So that's what I always kind of yearned for. And moving here in an apartment, even more like
Also to be able to have chickens or to grow food or
yeah,
to have cows or just to be able to enjoy your time more to go and be in nature because that is the biggest part of what we need biologically and like physically and mentally is having nature around us. That is our true medicine, and
yeah,
at the end of the day we're a part of nature. You know what I'm saying? We're animals. We're different than animals because we have ability to think and like discern and stuff like that, but we are animals, and for us to run away from the sun and be scared of these things is completely against what we were designed
yeah.
for. Like, do you think that the plants and animals all seek the sun and we're supposed to hide and fear it? Like, how does that make sense? We're designed too.
If this is an interesting part where you're liking what you're hearing, we made another podcast that's basically modern life is not by accident. Like it's on purpose. You should go watch that.
Yeah.
It gets even deeper about the root causes of things. Everything that we're doing that's new age is to get away from ourselves, and it's really severing our brain in a lot of ways that we can even comprehend. Like
Also, real quick, I just wanted to say, like, again with the cities, like, we know that that's for a certain reason, and that a lot of money is going to these people who are, putting the systems in place, and everything that we're consumers for, the money goes to them. And then the government even right, the government's fucking evil. Like they use our money, right? We give them the money for taxes, which is number one completely fucked and against the constitution, but we're doing that. And what does the money go to, right?
yeah, don't even
All
say
these
too many
things that
things,
we don't
but
even fucking, it's not to us, bitch. That's what I have to say. That's fucking evil.
we
Also,
have
do you know what government means? Like if you separate the words and like know what they came from, like the translation in the root word of it means to limit the mind. That's what it means.
because you governing it. It makes sense. Like you're
Same with
controlling
NASA.
it.
That's a whole conversation. NASA means to deceive. That's what it means.
Yeah. Um, moving back because
Sorry, yeah. We all
it's
know how we are.
yeah. We're never gonna stop
We
throwing
have thoughts.
punches.
Our brains work, so we
Yeah.
we let them roll, bitch.
We want definitely a calmer life. I want my drive to. I don't ever want to be on the interstate. Like just for my normal daily drive. I don't mind coming every now and then. I just don't like the chaos of being on the road. I want to be able to do with what I want in my home. I can't customize an apartment or a freaking house.
Also, like being just surrounded by nature and just in a calmer life is gives you more creative clarity and like,
Yes.
the ability to be more connected to God and like our own design and get downloads or like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
need to be bored. Like you need to have times of
Exactly. That's why our
boredom.
childhoods were magical. If I don't know if
Yep.
y'all experienced a magical childhood or if y'all missed that, but being in the moment, right? And like not, rushing and like not being able to think and like be bored. Like those are the times where you get it to have creativity or you get
Yeah.
to think of what you would want to do or what you might want to do later or what you could do or thinking about how things are,
Or
how
an
things
idea that you'll
might need
never
to
get because you weren't bored.
exactly.
It's just like it's so.
It's so sad too for the fact of like how many people there probably are that are amazing and like have so much like potential and have a great destiny that they could fulfill, but because of their phone or their addiction or whatever it is, like they're not able to do that, and it's sad because
Yeah.
those are all created and again for reasons.
I think just the to round it out for y'all, we just realized that we don't want to pay inflated prices to live somewhere because that's crazy. We're not
We don't
eating
want to depend.
we're not eating on foods that are not they don't care about the quality of the food. So every fast food joint is like out of the box. We do not want to yeah, we don't want to get into this, but EMFs are a real thing. Wi-Fi towers
Oh,
have
that's a
EMFs.
huge part of the city. We didn't even talk about
Um,
that.
Everyone here has a Wi-Fi box in this neighborhood. We walk through this neighborhood every single day. They do a little bit of things to your brain. We're constantly in that. Just put the map together. Moving on. You can't control the air limits. So like the air pollution is not even a thought in a city. It's just it
Everything's
is what it
controlled.
is.
If you want to get specific, like they could make your house explode, girl. Like they could turn your power off.
Yeah,
Like they could. Y'all don't even know what's happening with the weather, probably, girl. Like y'all know they froze
it's
us.
so deep. I see this kind of like often, but like DM us if you're like just opening up. Like
Like for real. Like y'all need to understand. This is some
there's
fucked shit.
it starts off with rabbit holes, and then you see that there's like a whole city
But
underground.
like, just to say, we ain't scared. I'm not trying to be like, we're not
No,
running from the city. We're just choosing something different, you know.
that's exactly what it is. Because I'm not scared of living here. I'm over living here. I'm tired
And
of
I care about my
surviving.
quality of life more than fitting in or being convenienced with these things. I care about making sure my body gets what it needs and my mind is fed and my soul is fed and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as opposed to something meaningless that is not contributing to anything.
Or someone literally gave you the option to do. It
Hmm.
wasn't your option. Um, I think a big part of it too is people want for the vibes. Like we also care about the vibe, and that's what we weren't really getting in our home because our people around us weren't such a vibe in the way that we wanted it to be. So moving to a city, people are vibes. Like people are living, in their apartment and they have their apartment style, and it's like it's styled
Hmm.
to the vibe. And in some cases, you can just do that anywhere. You
Right.
be a vibe in the middle of nowhere. If you live in the middle of anywhere, be a vibe. Literally, do not care about how different you look from everyone else. They're doing them to an extent. You do you to your fullest extent.
Exactly.
Like, don't mess around with you. You are the shit.
Believe in yourself and show up for yourself constantly. Like show up for yourself in the
That's a
biggest way ever and like keep doing things. You have to do stuff to, allow what you want to come to you. You have to do the actions with your thoughts and with the belief, right?
yeah. Or then it just like have purpose for yourself.
But
That's it.
y'all don't have to move. Y'all don't have to be
No,
fearful. Just maybe
this is
listen to a little bit of what
our
we're saying and
experience.
like think about these things for yourself. Like, are you constantly stimulated? How
Do
often do
you
you go outside? You know what I'm saying?
do you
Like,
always need a break from life?
are
Do
you
you
constantly stressed? Do you feel fulfilled in your life? Do you enjoy every single day? That's a huge thing that we have gotten a lot more and more, and we're even gonna get even more. Is like enjoying every second of our day and just living in the moment. Like every moment is its moment. So you just get to live that in such a full way. If you're not, your brain isn't in all these other areas. You know what I mean?
um
Also, the thing about being outside, like if you're working a 9 to 5, you're missing the sunrise and the sunset, girl. It's like you're pretty much like that's
you're going
completely
against biology.
biologically
Yeah.
fucked,
You're going against
and it's
biology.
it's like an experiment you're doing on yourself. Like that is the worst thing you can do. I would just
If
ask these questions to yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah. Here's where it gets a little bit like where it's kind of like shining light to you or if you want to do something. If you have kids, you truly give them a life that they can live outside and enjoy and appreciate things. If you have pets, you know that your dog is running the happiest he ever has been outside and not in your living room.
Yeah. And
It's
it's the same for you. I know you
it's
want to be an adult and you
yeah.
want to like have all these responsibilities, but you're a kid too. You're also a design by God,
Appreciate
and you were
yourself.
meant to live in fulfillment. We were designed to be free. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's not how we're living. We're living in
Don't
a
say the.
system,
Okay,
but
right.
we are completely, completely designed to be free. And that is why God designed us. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So, with the systems in place, I'm going to have to fuck them over and I'm going to have to do my own thing.
Yeah, because we're all being.
Fucked with.
We're literally in. I'm not even saying it. We're
Yeah.
bad. It's bad. Um, but we're not down bad. Everyone is literally. We're all amazing. We're all doing perfectly fine, and we're just trying to
But
get
yeah,
better.
keep
We're
thinking
trying to
about
always
nature
get better.
because
Yeah,
that's the thing that we all need truly. I
that's
would
the
just
answer
say
to life.
not fearing the things, but like knowing what you need instead. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just so beautiful. Like for your, imagining a kid being able to like grow completely in nature and like the way that we're supposed to live in a way, like kind of how our ancestors would have lived, right? Like the child is gonna become so healthy. The child is gonna become so able to think for themselves, be so connected to themselves and to their nature and to their design and like be able to be connected to the source of what powers everything, but and it's just I don't know, I just see so much beauty and
Yeah,
like growth of ability of what could happen.
yeah. Um,
Children is what we think about so much because it's just so
it's
sad.
it's
We were
the it's the
children that
thing
were
that we
fucked up.
were, and we got like.
Everyone is. It's just that's why things are fucked is because a child got hurt and then they keep living like that and you don't change it and you do bad things because of that and it's completely understandable, but it's fucked up too.
Yeah, we have to be the people to make a change, and that's
Exactly.
just like we're doing a change.
Just be aware of the things that you need to change because like we said, you can't change that which you're not aware of, right? So just try to be aware. It's not about being fearful of things. It's not about, changing your entire life. It's about implementing things for the betterment of yourself and others around you, like
Yeah,
caring and having love. And instead of just, being constantly, putting something in your face and needing the constant stimulation. Like if your dopamine is so fucked that you
yeah,
can't, like be happy about a small thing in your life, then and you need to realize that, it's like
yeah. That's a big
things are
like wake
we need
up.
to be able to be slow. Everyone is so quick paced and in a rush. Like I'm not gonna fucking rush, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that
I'm
is such a
over the
thing.
rush.
That's what
Yeah,
fucks your nervous system up. We need to be able to feel safe in what we're doing, understand why we're doing it, and just believe in ourselves and our path.
yeah. That's like the whole purpose of us. I think with that, this might be our best time podcast.
Yeah.
We had a great talk. I feel like we got everything that we wanted to. I don't feel. I know that we did.
Yes.
I could obviously go deeper in every single
Oh,
aspect that
absolutely.
we
We could
talked
have
about
like five videos about all of everything we talked about today,
because
but
it's so messed up. But don't live a messed up life. Live a happy life. Live a healthy, happy life. You only have your time. You can get more time by being healthy. It just makes
and you do
sense.
use your time wisely, you know what I mean? Be grateful for it and live in the moment.
Yeah.
Like that's genuinely the biggest answer to how you get to have such a good life is by just living in the moment instead of being constantly thinking about what's to happen or what happened already, like so many things that we just damn ourselves with.
Yeah. And not like don't put anything away, but like keep things in your view. If it's spiking interest, I don't know, just explore yourself. That's what I'm getting at.
Exactly, yeah.
Explore your damn
I would say
self.
that's a huge part too about cities is that they limit us in the
Yeah.
ways of like what you can or can't be. Like we
Well,
said,
because
they
you
make you
literally
not want
have
to
to
be
pick a career,
yourself,
and then you
right?
have to stick to that
It's
career.
like it's giving Divergent.
If
You know
y'all
what I mean?
watch
Like where
that,
you have to
yeah.
pick your career and then go do the thing and even the other part where never mind, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah. With that, guys, we love you. We will see you later. We're gonna have lunch soon.
Also, we're obviously y'all know we're gonna be moving soon, so we got a lot coming up for
Yeah, we're
y'all.
probably
Some
gonna
good stuff for y'all.
the next YouTube video is probably gonna be like our new home, and it's gonna be like a shack.
Yeah, we're gonna have it's gonna be a lot of content. Like we're gonna be doing probably redoing home. We have some products coming out for you guys soon. Some natural things that y'all are gonna
You
love.
can get anywhere that you're at in the world. We'll ship it
Yes,
to you.
yes, yes, yes. But yeah, we had a great conversation. I hope you took something away with this
Yeah,
and just be able to open up to yourself and think more and live life and enjoy
yeah.
it because that's why we're designed and that's what we're doing. So do what you want, but we're gonna enjoy our life to the most extent that we can.
That's all I can say.
All right, well, we love you guys. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.